So, yesterday I had asked for questions that anyone had about the products. Most of them were product related, but I did get a question about how to have that flawless skin look. Um, so, the flawless skin look really comes from a combination of things. One thing is proper skincare. You have to really take care of your skin and have a good base to be able to make it look like you have flawless skin, even if you don't. I by no means have flawless skin. I get acne around my chin. I get hormonal breakouts, things like that. But if you know how to properly apply makeup, that's easy to cover. But it's not easy to cover a ton and ton and ton of blemishes. So drink a ton of water. Keep your skin hydrated. That's going to keep your skin healthy. Use a face wash for your skin type. Not no we aren't paper cut people, and neither are our products. Some of us have combination skin, some of us have normal skin, some of us have dry skin, some of us have oily skin. So you really need to find products that are customized for your skin's needs. Then, moisturizing. Moisturizer is so important, even if you have oily skin. A lot of people feel like if they have oily skin, they shouldn't moisturize. But it's actually the opposite. Because your skin isn't properly moisturized, your body produces more oil to try and compensate. So if you're moisturizing your skin properly, over time you will see a slight reduction of that oiliness. Another thing that's really, really important is deciding what makeup is best for you. My favorite is BB cream. The reason BB cream is my favorite is because I tend to get dry around my nose area and stuff, but I don't really get oily or anything. When I do, it's around my chin and like on my forehead a little bit. Usually only, hormonally around that time of the month. So for me, BB cream is a great option. It's really light. It lets your skin breathe. It has moisturizing qualities. It has a natural SPF 15. Again, I'm really pale, so that's great. And I just apply it really thinly. Then I have blemishes. Like if I really zoom in, you can probably see a few here. But how I cover them, because trust me, they're red. After I apply my BB cream, I like to take my Cream Touch foundation and using a concealer brush, I will brush on a little bit of the touch. Then I take our blending buds and pat it out. And I lightly dust my face with powder. Now, if you have super dry skin, you want to stay away from powder if at all possible. Powder on your skin is just going to make all those dry, flaky spots even more obvious. And you definitely don't want to do that. So you definitely want to stick with something that's going to be moisturizing like BB cream and a cream combo, depending on what your skin's like underneath, how much you're covering. Now, if you have super, super oily skin, powder is going to be your best friend. That powder is going to help absorb the oil and help neutralize it. Also, additionally, another thing that I really would recommend if you have super, super oily skin is investing in blotting papers. You can find them at like Walmart, Target, in the makeup section, anywhere really. They're basically a little sheet of paper. It's not really, it doesn't feel like normal paper. But anywhere you're getting oily, you just sort of blot them over top your makeup and they're going to absorb that oil. There's also some great primers out there that help if you have really oily skin. You want to look for things that are mattifying. Because even if you like a dewy look, you can always build that back with your makeup, but you don't want to look over oily. And in my experience, most people who have oily skin don't want their skin to look oily at all, so they don't really want to go for that dewiness. So definitely try to find products that suit your needs, and that's going to make a huge, huge difference in getting that flawless face look. Another mistake I see a lot of people make is being one tone with their skin. The lighting's getting a little harsh, but I use my BB cream and I tend to apply it in a triangle here to highlight, down my nose, up in here, and then I just kind of brush it lightly along here. But I don't apply down into here. My skin here is pretty much, there's not a lot. You don't want to make your face one color. We don't look like that. That's not what people look like. For me, I apply some blush. I apply blush only high up on my cheek. I have pretty round cheeks. As it is, I have like an oval shaped face, and for me, I like to add the color back into my face, but still not have like those apple cheeks emphasizing the roundness there. You could use bronzer, you could use a contouring powder to help add a little bit of color back to the sides of your face, but that's going to make your skin look more natural than if it's one color. You could even use a combination of foundation colors if you're really into contouring, things like that. And also, another important thing while we're talking about getting perfect looking skin is we are starting to transition to summer, and something that a lot of people don't realize is that you should really have 2 foundation colors. We get paler in the winter, so you should have a lighter color for winter. We get darker in the summer, even if it's only a shade or 2, so you should really change your shade. In the winter, I tend to wear cream in our BB cream, and bisque in the summer. Sometimes I usually will still use the cream to highlight and such, but I will apply more out here with bisque. And that's really what I have to say about flawless skin. If you have any more questions, just ask below. Thanks!